All right, well, welcome back. We are here with Charlie Collicutt, the Guilford County Elections Board Director. So we're going to get back into our conversation here. The state is working on a way for County Board of Elections to be able to offer IDs to register voters. Where does that process stand?
We're close. Really, any day now, we're gonna communicate to everybody that we are ready to start giving out IDs out of our office for free. And again, I want to make sure people understand they don't have to have this. This is just something that people can have should they want to, or should they not have another type of ID. But hopefully, any day we're going to be printing those out.
And we also have a few questions as well, too. One person said, if I've changed my name, do I need to update my voter registration? If so, how do I do that?
It's never bad to go ahead and update your voter registration. That's simple. We have forms on our website. You can do it through the DMV's website. Give our office a call. We can do it. We can get that mailed in really easily. In fact, on the voter ID card that you might carry around with you, you can change it on the back of that, send it in. But I'll just mention real quick for photo ID, if you have updated your name on the registration records, but you haven't gotten, say, your driver's license changed yet, you might be okay. We're looking for a substantial equivalency for your name. So if there's hyphenations or a maiden name that we can figure out, you're probably going to be okay. You might want to have some other documentation with you just in case. But I would go ahead and try to get those synced up. But if not, we'll try to figure it out and see if we can't find some equivalency out there at the polls.
And I know you also, too, wanted to address someone's address on their ID as well, too.
Yeah, and this is really important. So I want everyone to know that we are not checking the address on the driver's license or any other type of ID. So if you've moved, don't worry about it from voting purposes. We want to know where you're registered at from a voter registration point of view. But if you come in and the address is different, that's okay. We're not looking for that. We're just looking for your name and the picture.
Gotcha. And another viewer said, for an elderly person whose driver's license is no longer valid, can that person vote?
Yeah, and that touches on something I mentioned earlier, but it's confusing. If the voter is 65 or older, and that driver's license expired before they turn 65, then they're going to be okay. All right. So, or I'm sorry, expired after they turn 65, then they're going to be okay. So if an elderly voter has an expired driver's license and it hasn't been expired for too long, then they're going to be okay. If you're worried about it, give us a call at the elections office, and we can look at those dates and make sure everything's going to work out. But expired licenses for 65 and older can be okay under certain circumstances.
Gotcha. And the next time people will need to bring an ID is, of course, for that November election. But when it comes to municipal elections this year, not everyone in Greensboro may have one. So talk about who will be voting in municipal elections this year.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I just quick correction: we do have some primaries in October, on October 10th. So if you are in High Point or Jamestown or Burlington, you're going to have these are just the Guilford County places. There may be others depending on other counties, but you might have an October primary. But then in November, November 7th, we're going to have elections for all of the cities and towns in Guilford County except Greensboro. So High Point, Jamestown, and Pleasant Garden, Whitsett, Sedalia, Summerfield, Oak Ridge, Stokesdale. There's more, but those cities and towns, but not Greensboro. And
All right.
You got to live within those city limits.
So sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you there. I was talking over myself. So awesome. But thank you so much for having us here. And if you missed any of this conversation, of course, you can find it all on our website, WFMYnews2.com.